Today we take a look at the case of Victoria Martens, whose final moments on this earth were truly something of terror when the 10-year-old was fed alcohol and possibly methamphetamines by her own mother so that her boyfriend and his sister could have sex with her. After being raped and murdered, young Victoria was dismembered, her parts found in a burning blanket inside the apartment after police responded to a domestic disturbance call. And terrifyingly, autopsy results would show this abuse had been going on for much longer than this, and so much more. If you enjoy true crime stories, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you. Victoria Martens was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico on August 23rd of 2006 and attended Petroglyph Elementary School. While her mother didn't have a criminal record, that was not due to lack of trying, as it would later be revealed that the momster would regularly seek out men online to engage in sexual acts with her two children, Victoria and her brother. Not only that, but Michelle would watch the sexual acts for pleasure. About a month before Victoria's untimely demise, Michelle would allegedly meet Fabian Gonzalez on internet dating site Plenty of Fish. About 3 weeks later, Fabian's sister Jessica Kelly was released from prison, about 4 days before the eventual crime. With these three sinister adults together, poor Victoria stood no chance. Gonzalez raped Victoria repeatedly daily, Michelle of course watching and receiving sexual gratification from it. Fabian recorded the daily sexual assaults with photo and videos. An autopsy showed that someone, whether Gonzalez or any of the other many men Michelle Martens allowed to violate her daughter, had given her HPV, the human papillomavirus. Again, this is to a 10-year-old. On August 23rd, Victoria's 10th birthday to the day, screams were heard coming from the home. Fabian Gonzalez initially blamed the screams on his cousin Jessica, saying she attacked them with an iron, claiming they didn't know where Victoria was. But when police responded to the second-story apartment building, they saw smoke coming from behind the closed bathroom door, where they would find some of Victoria's remains in the bathtub, covered with a blanket and on fire. All three adults were arrested and charged of Victoria's murder. Police would learn Victoria had been killed inside the apartment after being sexually assaulted. After the murder, Gonzalez and Kelly dismembered her body and then had sex. The three adults then made dinner together before removing some of Victoria's organs, placing her heart in a plastic bag inside a laundry basket and the rest of her body in the bathtub, where it would all be found by police responding to the scene. While Michelle Martens confessed to the murder of her daughter, strangely, it is now believed that it may have been a false confession, and she may not have been there. District Attorney Raul Torres believes that both Michelle and Fabian may not have been present during the murder, and that Jessica Kelly may have committed it alone, giving this timeline on the screen. At 4:25 p.m., Victoria Martens gets off the bus and goes home. Michelle and Fabian aren't present at this time. At 5:07 p.m., Michelle and Fabian return to the apartment. At 6:05 p.m., Victoria goes to the gas station with Fabian. Between 6:15 and 6:20, Victoria and Fabian return to the apartment. And at 6:30 p.m., Michelle and Fabian leave and go to Paradise Hills. At 7:02, Michelle and Fabian return to the apartment, and at 7:05, Victoria is seen alive by neighbors. 1 minute later, 7:06, Michelle and Fabian leave again. At 7:38 p.m., Michelle and Fabian are now near Rio Bravo Boulevard and Coors Boulevard. And about 20 minutes later, at 7:59, Michelle and Fabian are seen near 5 Points in Bridge Boulevard. At 8:47, Michelle and Fabian arrive at the apartment, and 1 minute later, at 8:48, eyewitnesses say Victoria's body is seen being carried outside the apartment. Torres says this timeline proves Martens and Gonzalez were not present for the murder and rape, and 9 of the charges against Fabian Gonzalez, including second-degree murder and criminal sexual penetration, were dropped. But he still faces a series of charges, including child abuse resulting in death and tampering with evidence. Michelle accepted a plea bargain to 1 count of child abuse resulting in death, assuring she will face only 12 to 15 years in prison. However, it's possible that the sentence could be cut in half from there again, since the charge, incredibly, isn't classified as a serious violent offense. Insane. The three will be tried separately, Michelle first, then Fabian, then Kelly, with Michelle Martens' sentencing coming after the conclusion of the other two trials. Victoria Martens not only experienced a brutal death, but was forced to endure a vicious, painful, and tragic life from those who were supposed to love her for the exactly 10 years her life lasted. We can only hope that when they get to prison, her tormentors will be treated just as bad, if not worse. If you've made it this far, thank you for listening, and please consider checking out some of the many other true crime videos on my channel. Please don't forget to both subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I'm Jason Hebert, and I'll see you next time.